welcome back, everybody, to the 423 Football Podcast. Today is our League of Record KPT Ballas Week 12 recap, 13 preview. So, I'm your host, Brandon Bouchard, joined here by Brett Hamilton.
Hello!
And we are, well, granted, today, this is airing on Friday, so we are on our way to Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Right now.
Right now.
We're probably 17 hours into the drive.
We are closely approaching Green Bay, Wisconsin. We got to pick Joseph up on the way. Got to pick him up in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But we'll be there by the time this airs. So,
yeah.
Or not by the time this airs, but we'll be leaving by the time this airs. Yeah. So, anyway, a lot of things going on right now. Our League of Record specifically. Getting tighter and tighter. I still can't make like a definitive call on anything other than Charles. He's officially out of the playoffs. I know that.
Officially. There is no scenario where Charles comes back.
He is mathematically out of the playoffs. So,
but he's the only one, I think.
Yeah, he is. But anyway, before we dip into the news, I know we got quite a few injuries that have been popping up. Updates on those, and then our own League of Record. Scenarios and everything like that.
Our own injuries?
Yeah, our own injuries. I'm dealing with an ankle injury right now.
Oh my gosh.
Steele is dealing with a cold, but we'll keep you updated on those as well. Anyway, I got a debate question. I thought we were going to have maybe Kevin or Steele on the show tonight, but I guess not. Yeah, no shows. But we'll do it between ourselves. My question is, this is a hot topic right now. Do you believe Eli Manning should have been benched this week? I'll let you talk first, and then I'll say my piece.
That is definitely a hot topic right now. I mean, you saw a lot of negative reactions from around the league. I don't know that it was handled in the right way. That's not. It is really difficult for any franchise to move on past their franchise QB. There's not an easy way to do that. I actually think the Packers with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers was one of the best ones. In that transition, they only missed the playoffs 1 year, which was pretty impressive.
It was still a dicey situation. I like how you brought that up. But, this is completely apples and oranges compared to that situation.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers turned out to be one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Geno Smith is not going to be one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah. It's okay, so the Giants are bad. The Giants, their season is done. They cannot make the playoffs.
Yes.
They have tons of injuries. You can blame it on whatever you want. You blame it on the coach, blame it on injuries, whatever. I didn't like how they approached Eli and said, we'll start you for the first half of all the games, but you're not going to finish it. We're going to put in Geno and we're going to put in Webb. That's bad. And I actually, say what you will about Eli, but it was a pretty classy move for him to say, if you're just doing that to keep a record going, then I'm out. That's not what I want to do. I'll support whoever's starting and I'll be a backup. That's fine. Mm-hmm. So that took a lot for Eli to do that, and I know he had a pretty emotional week. I personally do not think that they should have benched him this week, and especially for Geno. I don't understand that one at all. Geno is not he has no chance of being the future of that organization. So why are you wasting your time with him? At least put in Webb, who could be their quarterback next year if he proves that he can play at an NFL level. I think the whole situation was handled poorly. I don't know.
That's I'll say my piece. Yeah. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here.
No.
I will say that I have no problem with them benching him.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's fine. It honestly should have been done a few weeks ago if they were thinking about that. Eli definitely. I mean, he's on the latter part of his career.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's been on the decline the past couple years, so I understand that. However, the Giant, I don't know what this is like the worst scenario for the Giants to like, or how the Giants handle this is the worst possible way.
Yeah.
One they said, "Hey Eli, do you want to just keep this streak alive? Like you're all about stats or anything like that. You want to keep the streak alive? We'll let you start every game, and then you'll get benched after one drive.
Like you're going to get taken out, but you're going to start every game."
I don't think people need to realize that this game is not entirely about stats. Most of the time, like I mean, if you've made it to the NFL, most of these players are at the point where they're just like, okay, like I've made it to the NFL. Like this, I love this game and I want to play it. It's not about the stats. Yeah. No one cares about the stats that much.
No, and you hear plenty of players talk about that.
Yeah, but that's one thing. And then the fact that benching him, fine, and then. But then you put in Geno Smith, who is clearly 100% not the answer. If they put in Davis Webb, I wouldn't be that, like...
No, it'd be a different situation.
I wouldn't be that outraged. Because we've seen Geno Smith. We've seen him with the Jets. We know that he's not a very good quarterback.
No,
just plain and simple. Davis Webb, we don't know what he is.
Yeah. And neither did the Giants, really.
No. And why not give him a chance and then see what he can do? If that was the case, then... I wouldn't have a problem with it. Yeah. But the fact that they're starting Geno Smith, just what's the point?
And Ben McAdoo did come out and say that they're definitely going to get he said, I think something along the lines of Webb is going to be in the game plan or something like that. So he's going to get his reps. Like, why are you even wasting your time with Geno?
Well, see,
I don't understand that.
I don't even know if I want to, like, in regards to McAdoo at all, because he probably won't have a job after this year.
Yeah.
Because, you're still an NFL program just because, literally, they went from one of the NFC East favorites to one of the worst teams in the NFL just because they lost one player.
That's very true.
And I'm going to transition this into what I said when Odell Beckham went down. Yeah. The same question I asked. Odell Beckham going down is going to help this team in the long run. Yeah. Because, like, it clearly is, like, it's eye-opening to what the Giants' flaws are. Just because one player, one wide receiver, not even a quarterback, you don't see a wide receiver go down like that and just completely ruin a team.
Yeah.
Like, Odell Beckham going down has ruined the Giants more than Aaron Rodgers or...
Oh, yeah.
or Ezekiel Elliott going down for their teams, catastrophic failure there. But I don't know. I hope this is eye opening for them, and they realize that they have glaring problems on that team all around. And Odell Beckham is like the Band-Aid that was fixing those problems or covering up those problems for a while now. Yeah. So. I don't know. I kind of have a problem with Eli being benched, and I kind of don't. Yeah. One other problem, like I mentioned it to Steele earlier. I was talking to him earlier. I was like, just like Eli shouldn't be that upset now because of what, like all the crap he pulled at the beginning of his career, asking for a trade, being a prima donna, doing stuff like that. That's what I have a problem with. Granted. People change. They mature.
He moved past that.
Yeah, they mature. He's won 2 Super Bowls with them.
Yeah, he's okay now.
He's definitely with 100%. Just on those 2 Super Bowls alone, even if he just won one of those Super Bowls alone, should absolutely be started over Geno freaking Smith. Davis Webb, I understand because you might be moving towards the future, and you might be progressing in some sort of way. Geno Smith. 0 chance you're progressing in any way. Doesn't make sense to me there.
Yeah, the whole Geno Smith thing just killed me. It was just why? Why they're literally just wasting their time. It's a huge waste of time, and I don't understand that.
It is. Anyway, we're gonna jump into the news now. Get into our actual fantasy news. So, first things first. Jameis Winston will start this week in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Lucky for you.
Lucky
for
me.
you.
Yeah.
At least you get to see your starting quarterback.
Yeah. I was hoping maybe some surprise news out of Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is going to start.
No.
But he's on the IR, so that's different.
Yeah, there was a debate. Clay Matthews actually said the other day. That,
I heard about that. What was that all about?
He was saying that it would have been best to keep Aaron off of the IR so he could come back whenever. But I mean, I understand that because he looks fantastic right now. Like he's progressing along incredibly. And
he had surgery. It's hard not to put someone on IR after he had surgery.
Even like I know it seems like a short time, but the last time he broke his collarbone and now the surgery, like the actual technology and capabilities of the surgery
that's true.
have improved drastically.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand that, but still, I understand why they're keeping him on IR.
Yeah.
To make sure it's fully healed this time.
Yeah, you don't want to mess up anything and have to have a second surgery. I mean, that would be awful.
No, but I mean, that's a whole other story. But Jameis Winston will start in Green Bay. He loses 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah, that's a killer.
That's definitely not good.
They were the centerpieces of the pass blocking.
Yeah, the Packers' pass rush isn't crazy good. Clay Matthews might not even play this game.
Yeah.
But still, it's never good when you lose 2 offensive linemen in a week.
No.
So we'll just see how that goes. Honestly, I really don't think it helps. Just because of the lineman situation, I don't think it helps Evans or Jackson in any I wouldn't move them up in my rankings just because of Winston coming back.
I probably would. I think he's a better quarterback than Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I understand that.
Ryan Fitzpatrick spreads the ball out more than Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston now, granted, Mike Evans got plenty of targets. They were just really bad passes from Ryan Fitzpatrick. So yeah. I do think it helps.
Yeah, and obviously we're going to have to monitor Doug Martin throughout the week with this concussion protocol.
Right.
And Cameron Brate actually showed up on the injury report with a hip injury. I
saw that.
So just going to have to monitor that. All right, Amari Cooper likely to sit out this week with a concussion and ankle injury.
Both from the same play.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah,
obviously Crabtree's not going to play. He's suspended.
Just one game though.
Seth Roberts, Jared Cook. I like both of them this week.
Jared Cook. Whew. Yeah.
Jared Cook. I love him at the tight end position.
Yep.
Devonta Freeman has cleared the concussion protocol. Likely to play in this game against Minnesota. Tough matchup, but
it is.
I don't know. I still like him more. I mean, out of all the running backs in this game, I'd probably take Freeman over Latavius, and then after that, I'd take probably Tevin Coleman over McKinnon.
Yeah,
it's like 1A, 1B, and then 2A, 2B.
Yeah, I don't expect Tevin Coleman to have a very good game at all. I mean, the Vikings defense. There's been a lot of when you look at season stats for defenses and saying. Take the Patriots, for example. Right now, their defensive stats are skewed because of how terrible they were at the beginning of the season. They're not the same defense now.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not the case for the Minnesota Vikings. They've been consistently good against running all year. And so nothing's changed.
Yeah.
So I don't think Tevin Coleman's going to have a very good game. He's not going to be on the field long enough to really make a difference.
Yeah, I want to give I don't know, just a notice to all fantasy football players. A lot of websites.
Is this a PSA?
A PSA, a public service announcement. But especially NFL.com. I don't know what other sites do. I think ESPN does it too. But they the matchup rankings. They give the green, and then the red.
Yeah.
Don't look at those too much because a lot of them are like you said.
They're league. They're based on.
They're skewed.
Yeah, they're based on league or not league. Season stats, and that doesn't really necessarily tell you how that team is playing in the last, say, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
The Patriots defense are an excellent example. They were the 32nd ranked defense in the league after the first 3 or 4 weeks, and they're definitely not that way now.
Yeah, that's why I kind of wish NFL.com or just ESPN, just fantasy football in general. Granted, there's a much bigger sample size with baseball and hockey and NBA,
yeah.
But they all those fantasy sports outlets, they provide a past 15 games or past 7 games,
right?
of what that team is doing and how they are performing. Which, I mean, that would be good for, like, football, but you'd have to narrow it down really. It'd have to be like 4-4-4.
And even if you're looking at that,
I mean, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Usually, fantasy football is played on a 16-week schedule. Yeah. Obviously, the playoffs some point within that. Yeah. So just do 4, 4, 4, and 4. Yeah. Just like the past 4. Which I think would be fantastic, honestly.
Yeah, it would be good. The only thing you'd have to worry about is the teams that have like a kind of an easy streak against opponents, because there are teams that have more. They have easier schedules than other teams, so you'd have to look at that, and that kind of that would skew it a little bit more.
That is true, but I mean that's what
it's just a trade-off. Yeah.
All right, Aaron Jones. He's been dealing with MCL injury. He was limited on Thursday. Mm-hmm. He came back to practice, expected to be a game-time decision. So, I don't know really, like, Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones, Tom Montgomery, I don't think he's going to play this week, but Aaron Jones seems like he might be likely to play.
Yeah.
So,
if he's limited on Thursday, that's a pretty good sign.
I don't really know what to think of him and Jamal Williams together.
No, because you don't know.
We've never seen that.
Yeah.
We've never seen it.
Yeah, but Jamal Williams, I mean, he's holding his own. So I mean, I
honestly think Jamal Williams would get the start if Aaron Jones is in.
And Aaron Jones will still get his touches, but he's not really a third down back kind of guy, is he?
He's more so than Jamal.
Okay,
I would say that. But neither of them, I don't know. It'd be tough. I feel like if Aaron Jones were to come back this week, it'd be very, very limited.
Okay,
very limited. Yeah. All right, Juju Smith-Schuster returned to full practice on Thursday. He should be good to go. I don't know what else to say other than, I mean, it's the Steelers' offense, and they've been rolling, just absolutely rolling over opponents right now.
Would you rank Juju over Martavis Bryant, assuming
both play? Without question.
Yeah.
Not even
Martavis Bryant coming off his best game.
No, that's the only reason that happened was because Juju was out, so it shouldn't even matter.
Yep.
Okay, jumping into the KPT Ballas, our League of Record Week 12 recap. So, this is it. 2 weeks before the fantasy playoffs, we are still, like, every team is in it, mathematically, except for Charles. So, here it is. Kevin and I sit at the top at 8-4, not 2, 8-4. If we win this week, we'll clinch a playoff spot. So, we don't play each other, so if we win, we're in. That's it. Matt and Heather both at 7-5. Peyton Steele knocking at the door at 6-6. Brett, Joseph, and Bush still in it at 5-7.
I'm not yet knocking.
We all like the matchups. I'll explain them here in a minute because we'll go over the Week 13 matchups here in a minute. But they're all spread out enough, like between the rankings and the standings, where I mean anything could happen at this point.
Yep.
And then Charles, like I said, eliminated at 3-9.
Sorry,
Charles. You poor soul.
You did good.
Yeah. I do want to say, like, another... Okay, I'm going to have another PSA. Do not... Like, if you're a fantasy football player and you're in, say, Charles's position, where you know you're eliminated. I'm eliminated in our ESPN league, for instance.
As am I.
Yeah. Boo-hoo. But do not stop setting your lineup.
No, I'm still picking up players and playing them in that league.
It completely crumbles the integrity of the league.
Yeah.
It, like, some people might be fighting for playoff spots, not in our ESPN league because the playoffs have already started, but, like, people might be fighting for playoff spots, and wouldn't it be, if I was in Charles's position, like, I'd feel joy just knocking someone out of the playoffs in my matchup. Like, Charles plays me this weekend. So,
yeah,
I would feel good if I was Charles to beat me. I'm in first right now.
I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure Charles sets his lineup this week.
Yeah,
because that's not fair for you to clinch a playoff spot on a bye week.
Essentially a bye week. Anything can happen, but yeah, I understand. Yeah. Like, just like set your lineups, still be active. It ruins the entire league. if you're not. Like, even if you go, like, start the season 0-5, just keep setting your lineup. Just, it ruins the entire league if you don't.
Yep.
So, that's all I got to say about that. All right. Awards. I got 3 awards.
Woo!
Tres Comas Awards. All right, pickup of the week. Going to Joseph. Picking up Hunter Henry.
That was a good one.
13 points this week. Hunter Henry had not done anything in a good 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And Joseph picks him up for this week, and Hunter Henry does him justice, gets in the end zone, 13 points. Great pickup by Joseph.
He's also a great play this weekend against the Browns.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is a fantastic play. Granted, Joseph didn't end up winning that game. I think he lost to someone.
I can't remember.
He lost. I know that.
Yeah, he did lose.
Yeah.
But that was a good pickup.
Yeah. Second award, Special Teams Award. I'm finally giving myself an award.
Yeah, because it won you the week.
Yeah, I'm finally it's taken 12 weeks to give myself an award. But I had the Eagles and Eagles defense and Greg Zuerlein as my kicker.
What is that? I thought you had the Chargers defense.
No, I had Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Eagles had 13 points. Greg Zuerlein 16. So both in double digits. Both. I won by 7 points.
Yeah.
So
it won because
that was a big deal
because my defense scored 5 points and my kicker scored 8.
And
that's the difference.
Say what you will about kickers and defense. A lot of people have their opinions on
like we shouldn't start kickers.
On one way or the other, but they win you leagues sometimes. So.
Yes, they do.
All right, last award, Unreal Combination Award, going to Heather. Heather for having Julio Jones and Marvin Jones.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
the Joneses.
Yeah.
The Joneses, 61.7 points.
Golly.
That was
I'm pretty sure, did that outscore anyone in our league?
I don't know about that. I know
it would have some weeks.
I know it was close to half of Heather's total points. So what can you say about that? That's crazy. The Joneses, keep the Joneses.
Yeah.
All right, waiver wire ads. Not many this week. Not many. Brett, you picked up Cooper Kupp. Love that.
Not on waiver wires.
Not on waivers, but you picked him up. So
I did.
It was incredible pickup.
Yeah.
I love that. If I didn't have, I don't know. I still kind of, I don't know. I'm in a situation where I'm kind of going for flyers right now. I'm kind of hoping that I'm in the playoffs, and I was thinking about dropping D.D. Westbrook for Cooper Kupp, but
I would. Well, if you're talking about flyers, he could blow up.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
And that's what you want to have at this point in the season is some people that may blow up.
Yeah. Steele picks up Rod Smith and Justin Tucker, kicker.
Rod Smith's another player that I think that could blow up.
Yeah, Matt picks up the Chargers defense. I pick up the Rams defense. And then Charles, I want to mention this in a little bit because there was I don't know. Tell me, there is a fine, I wouldn't say a fine line, but there is a line between, I wouldn't say collusion, but I guess that's the right word. Charles, okay, I'll break down the scenario. Friday night, last Friday, we all went out on the town, I will say.
We went out on the town.
We went out on the town, and we had a few beverages. Water. We had a lot of water.
I had so much coffee that night.
We had so much coffee and water. But we were not in our normal minds, our right minds. Any of us. Charles was with us. Joseph was with us. It was Thanksgiving weekend, so, we were having fun. Charles, as you know, we got done eating, and then I drove Charles and Joseph home.
Yes.
From our designated eating location.
Yep.
I dropped Joseph off. I was driving Charles home, and we started talking about fantasy football.
Yep.
And Charles tells me that he has dropped Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes. I saw that.
He dropped Ezekiel Elliott.
I saw it.
And then, my first reaction was what? I was in awe for a second. I was like, what? No, you didn't. And
because as we all know, besides Charles apparently, Ezekiel Elliott will be back before the fantasy season is over.
Well, but I will say Charles has been, he's been busy with work and everything like that. He hasn't really focused that much on fantasy this year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But,
that is what it is.
It is what it is. But I don't know. Immediately after he says that, I'm just like, dude, what? Why? Why have you done this?
Yeah.
It was a brief conversation. I just listed off. I was just like, okay, first of all, he's gonna be back in 2 weeks, right? Why would you drop him now?
Yep.
And 2, we're in a keeper league.
Yep.
You are a Cowboys fan. You're probably the biggest
Yeah.
Zeke fan that we know.
Yes, he is.
Why on earth would you drop him?
He's a clear keeper next year.
Yeah, and I guess that convinced him to pick him back up because, he had the number one waiver priority. So he picked him back up. He dropped him, picked him back up.
I will say that I put in a waiver wire.
Who didn't? Who didn't? So,
yeah.
that was that. Charles dropped Zeke and then picked him back up. So that's all that happened.
Very surprising move. I was quite befuddled, but... Yeah.
Well,
I was hoping that one went unnoticed and I could pick him up so no one else could have him. Because, that would really skew the playoff picture.
See, that's what I kind of want to get a take on, if a player, Charles didn't, intentionally, he wasn't going to be like, ha, ha, ha. I'm gonna drop.
He wasn't sabotaging his own team.
No, I wasn't gonna drop all my players and
he didn't do that.
This. But if there was a league mate that did that, said, I'm going to drop my entire team or drop, a certain, huge player, if someone's going to drop Todd Gurley at this point.
Yeah.
What would you do? I know I'm the commissioner of our league, but what would you do if you were a commissioner in regards to someone doing something like that?
First and foremost, I would call them or go talk to them and see, and I'd just straight up ask them why they did that. Because... they may have a really, really good reason, which would, in that situation, if you dropped a very hot name like Todd Gurley or Antonio Brown, any of those players, you could. But if they don't really have an answer and they're just like, oh man, I'm just kind of giving up on the league, then I would say no. I would take that player just out. That's just not fair. That's not fair to anyone.
Make them, if you can in your league, make them not being able to
put it back. Yeah, put it back on their team
and just
whatever.
Yeah, whatever you can do, just avoid that person from making any other moves.
That legitimately ruins the whole playoff picture. Whoever picks up that player is going to win.
And that just ruins the whole thing because it's not like the other that it's not like that.
It's nothing that player did. Who picked him up and played him? Obviously,
it's not like they did anything impressive.
No.
Made a smart decision.
Yeah, that's no.
No,
I don't like that move.
But we had a similar situation. We've had situations
we have,
every year. There's always something fishy towards the end of the year, a trade or someone not paying attention or I don't know, someone thinking a different way. I will say when it comes to trades, I know a lot of because we used to have vetoes, and vetoes would go.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No veto. I don't like vetoes, but mainly because trades, I think obviously some people are going to think different than others, and you got to let them play out. Now, if it's obvious, Antonio Brown for I don't know, Eli Rogers or something like that. If you're playing, if you're doing that, then I understand that that's completely messed up. There's no obviously whoever's trading away the crappy player, or the good player doesn't know what they're talking about. So they shouldn't even be in the league in the first place.
I know a lot of leagues they have vetoes and everything, and we used to, and like Brandon said, we used to have a veto rule. The only time if you're in a league like that, my opinion, I don't know if yours is different. The only reason that you would set up a veto is to shoot down collusion moves before they happen.
That's what
you have to look at the trade when you're going to vote yes or no and say, is this collusion? Is this team trying to prop up another team to win the playoffs? And if so, press no. But if you look at that trade and say, oh man, I don't think that Alvin Kamara is gonna outscore Ty Montgomery for the rest of the season. Like one of those trades. Like you can't just say just because I don't think it's a fair trade, I can't say no. Like that's between those two players, and unless it's something like collusion that undermines the whole integrity of the league, you have to click yes. That's my opinion on vetoes.
Yeah, I think in like an ideal situation, like obviously our league, everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
So
we could all just text each other at any moment.
In that situation, it'd be nice to have like obviously the commissioner and then like a nice like group of people that can be like, yeah, this is messed up. This shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, we could have a whole podcast on just that.
Ethics of fantasy football.
Fantasy football ethics in general. Okay, week 13 matchups. This is this week. Like I said before, we have a lot of good matchups going forward. Very high playoff implications. So I will be playing Charles. Peyton will be playing Brett. Heather will be playing Kevin. Matt and Steele. And then Joseph and Bush. Everyone's still in it, like I said, other than Charles. So, anything can happen. But Charles, you're playing me. I'm telling you right now, start your best lineup. It's the integrity of the league. Even if it knocks me out of the playoffs, I don't care. Start your best lineup. Okay, before we close out the show, again, we are going to Green Bay right now. It's Friday. We are going to Green Bay.
Yeah.
I don't know how many shows we'll have next week. We're going to be coming back on Tuesday, so I don't really know exactly how it's going to go down, but
we'll try our best.
I don't know. We're gonna have an incredible time in Green Bay. I know that.
Yep.
Long trek, 12-hour drive. We're gonna get up there.
Yeah.
My Aunt Kim. Shout out to Aunt Kim. She has already planned, or she's already. I mean, she's a planner, so she's already setting up things like I don't know, grilling out food, trying to get things organized. Got beer for us apparently. We'll bring plenty of that too.
I'm hoping there will be plenty of meat and cheese.
Meat and cheese. Oh, we'll get the meat and cheese. Don't you worry about that. But hopefully we'll see a fantastic game between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I think it's gonna be a great game. No matter what.
Oh yeah, I mean we're up in Green Bay. We're off of work. We're having a good time.
Yep.
We're gonna have fun.
Yep.
It's gonna be awesome. All right, so that's our show for today. Just a reminder, go check out our previous two shows from this week, our Week 12 recap and our Week 13 preview. Got our coveted starts and sits in there. Definitely want to go check those out. So, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, at the423football. Like us on Facebook. Leave your comments and questions. We'd love to have some sort of mailbag segment eventually. I don't know. Maybe we need to get some questions sent in here. So, share us with the world. Thanks for listening. We are the 423 Football Podcast.
Peace out.